Hi, this is Zach from Zach's Traders Cafe with a look at some single stocks on Tuesday the 16th of August. Starting off with Antofagasta, and we've got progress within this rising trend channel which has been in place since early June. Support here nominally also at the floor of the channel, which is the level of the 20-day moving average at 503 pence, while there's no end of day close. Back below the 20-day line, we're looking for a £5.80 target at the June resistance line projection. That could be seen as soon as the end of next month. On to Bulletin with its record losses, not surprisingly. Here we've got the aftermath of a gap to the upside earlier this month. Probably still in a rising trend channel, or can maintain a rising trend channel from as long ago as March. Top of the channel heading towards 1200 pence, the floor around the 50-day moving average at £9.32. In the near term, hopefully, we'll see support coming in there at the bottom of the channel at £9.84, while there's no end of day close back below that. The upside here up to £12 on a 4 to 6 weeks time frame. On to Cairn Energy, which continues to be hit by various different clashing fundamental factors, but at least on a technical basis, we've seen good support here coming towards the 200-day moving average at £1.75 plus the unfilled gap to the upside and retest of the top of the gap at the earlier on in August. In fact, this is an island bottom at the 200-day line, so that much more bullish than just the gap to the upside. Current situations, we probably had a flag at the 50-day moving average around 195, and hopefully, if the latest update can be negotiated over the next few days, we will see a target as high as £2.50 as a 1 month target. Be cautious on the shares. Probably the easiest thing is probably to wait for an end of day close above recent resistance at 200 pence plus. RSI at 54, which is bounced off 50, which is a leading indicator on the upside argument. Stop loss back at 185, the 20-day moving average, and also the floor of the January trend channel. On to Entertainment One, which is obviously a bid situation. Interesting that we're still way off the best levels of last year, which was way above the £3.20 level. So there should and could be further upside here. On a technical basis, we're heading towards a 300 pence target, which is the top of this rising trend channel from December, and that's valid really while we're above recent support down towards the mid 230s, like the last low there, 236. So as long as we're above that, we could still head up to 300 pence. Any dips back toward below £2.50 to cool off the already overbought RSI at 84 would be regarded as buying opportunities. Hikma Pharma, very volatile situation over the recent past. A horrible unfilled gap to the downside at the beginning of the month, but it looks as though the shares are regrouping, probably within a rising trend channel, which can be drawn from March, double or triple test of that support line then from March over the last week or so. Probably the best trigger here as far as buyers are concerned is to wait for an end of day close above the 10-day moving average at 23.69 if you're cautious. Otherwise, buying dips towards yesterday's low at 22.50 and that March support line. 2 to 3 month target up to £28 if we can get above the 10 and 50-day moving averages quickly over the next week or so. Hochschild Mining, one of the great mining recovery situations of the year to date, still grinding higher. Rising trend channel here in the latest instance from the end of June, and probably points us up to as high as £3.50 by the end of September, while we hold above the floor of the channel currently at £2.80. Only back below the 20-day moving average at £2.68, outright bearish or suggesting a top is in place, given that we do have some bearish divergence in the RSI window there. Finishing off with Wood Group, which has had its update today. Basically, we've been pushing higher ahead of the update for the shares. Obviously, bad news already factored in over the last year anyway. Rising trend channel based just below the 50-day moving average at £6.73. The view here is that while we hold above the 10-day average at 701 pence, that's the green line, we could head towards £7.90, which is the top of the November rising trend channel. time frame on that the next month or so. That's it from me. More updates at the same time tomorrow.